guys, Brooke Chavez here with Star Watch Media, and we are giving you exclusive access to Fashion Week right here at Soho Grand. We're going to be talking to Meagan Cignoli and Audrey Shanahan. Believe me, guys, you don't want to miss this. Hey guys, Brooke Chavez here with Star Watch Media, and we are with an original SoCal gal, Audrey Shanahan, and she is the artist who created these amazing pictures here. They are a little reminiscent of impressionism. Tell me, how did you get your start?
I'm glad you picked up on that. I've actually been sort of interested in the Impressionists and kind of revisiting my art history background, and really love their style of painting and their focus on the feeling. When they experience a photograph, they would really think about the feeling and do a study and go home and paint that feeling. And originally, I think Matisse really disliked photographs because he believed that the photograph makes us not remember what it was like to feel experiencing that painting or experiencing something. And so as a result, you know, he didn't like photographs. He preferred to paint from life. And for me, I did not paint from the photograph as an illustration, but instead I had this sort of response to it. I really enjoyed it. And then I painted from my memory, from my imagination, and that's what it's really about, empowering the imagination. So, and I did use, actually that palette's from Van Gogh. For a few of the paintings are Van Gogh's palettes, but I did study extensively the colors that they used and the styles and techniques and explored them in the different paintings. So.
That painting is amazing. She's referring to the painting of the woman on the dock that we looked at earlier. Beautiful painting. Definitely brush strokes that are almost pointillism, maybe a little Seurat, some Van Gogh. I'm an art buff. Definitely something that can conjure up different emotions. I have to ask you, I mean, you know, little girls out there, I don't know that everyone thinks, I want to be a painter like Degas or Manet or Monet. I mean, where did this come from?
Well, I might be one of a kind in that way. I think when I was 4 or 5, I told my dad the only thing I knew that was true about myself is that I was an artist, which I'm sure made him say, oh no. Uh-oh. I think he thought I was going to be an actress, but I started keeping sketchbooks at a really young age. It was kind of my way of communicating and, you know, experiencing life. You know, I have 3 brothers, and they were really loud and noisy, and so I would find a little quiet spot in the garden and take my little book, my sketchbook. And I actually don't even remember some of these sketchbooks. I was home recently and found sketchbooks from when I was 6, 7, 8, and it's just bizarre because I don't remember creating them, but I still do that. So yeah, that's kind of where it started. I love art. I studied studio art and art history in college, and then I graduated and went into event planning. A lot of time for the arts, but not exactly, you know, not exactly what I'm doing now. And then I transitioned. I was living in New York City, and I moved out to Santa Monica, and people work more normal hours out there or something, and maybe it's the sunshine, I don't know, but I revisited painting, and as a New Year's resolution, I started a blog and put some of my artwork on there. And
you have to tell us, obviously.
Yeah, it was in
the information world. Where can we find you?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. So I started a blog thinking, you know, if my friends know that I'm painting, they're going to hold me accountable. If I say I'm going to post this many times a week, they're going to say, why haven't you posted? So I did it as an incentive to, you know, stay focused on painting, and I just fell in love with it again. And then some opportunities came out of that, some sales and different things, and so I thought maybe I'll open an Etsy shop, and I realized at some point that this is exactly what I want to do, and I'm going to pursue it full time and set some goals, and the first one was an art show, so here we are.
And your art is definitely amazing. I have to ask you, do you have a favorite artist? Aside from Matisse, who has an amazing history as an impressionist.
I'm more interested in Matisse's philosophies on art and education and art than I am his artwork. I think I'm partial to Van Gogh, maybe also because he's such a tender, sensitive human being, and I think I sort of connect with that. But I would say my favorite artists in the contemporary artists are Marlene Dumas, Elizabeth Peyton. Recently, I've really been gravitating towards Holly Cooley's. She's beautiful floral paintings that are, I think, just finished showing in Los Angeles, but I really like her stuff. I love Myra Coleman. I don't know if you're familiar with Myra Coleman. She's more of I guess she's an illustrator as well as a painter. She does a lot of illustrations for children's books, and she did a blog with New York Times. It was online, and I really fell in love with her when I discovered it, but she kind of educates through her drawing.
Is she a post-impressionist? More of a realist?
I don't think she's
Surrealist?
I think she's a philosopher, and she reminds me of Shel Silverstein in a way because she has this really unique, tender sensibility, and she says complicated things in a very simple way that is equally accessible to a child and an adult. And I think there's a simplicity in her art and her books.
Sometimes that's the best philosophy, huh?
Yeah, I really am inspired by her, so that's something. But and I also really love flowers and color, and
So you're a Georgia O'Keeffe fan then?
I love Georgia O'Keeffe.
You said flowers.
Well, I love floral arranging. When I first moved out to LA, I was doing event planning, like here in New York, and I started taking on floral design, which I love. I've always been attracted to flowers, and they're so beautiful and ephemeral, and of course I love to paint them. So I wanted to learn how to arrange them so that I could paint them indoors. So I kind of got into that for a while, and then I started growing flowers and picking flowers and making bouquets, and so whether I'm painting them outside or taking them inside, Instagramming them, painting from Instagram, or whatever it is, I've found a lot of inspiration in flowers, and that's the other subject matter other than portraits and landscapes that I really focus on a lot.
Well, your portraits are absolutely beautiful. We have to ask you, aside from the art, what are you reading right now? What's on your Kindle? We want to know.
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, I just finished The Language of Flowers. Amazing. It's by Vanessa Diffendahl. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right, but it's about the Victorian practice of gifting bouquets of flowers as a message. So each flower has a meaning, and the language is incredible. I mean, you can say so many things with that language, and it's mostly a lover's language, so it's pretty fun in that way too. And so I've been trying to, I finished the book, fell madly in love with it. It really has a beating heart too. I think anyone can connect to it. A lot of raw human emotion there, but just also a beautiful sentiment. So I think, I'll probably continue painting Meagan's stuff for a while, but maybe one of the next things I'd like to work on is symbolism through the Victorian meaning of flowers. So arranging flowers and having that be part of the message. So
that's a really interesting. That's something I don't know about. I don't know if you guys know about the Victorian meaning of flowers. Obviously, they have deep meaning depending on color and arrangement, but Victorian meaning. So where can we find you next? We want to follow you. Where can we see more of what you do?
Well, I have a blog right now, and soon I will have a website as well, and that'll be listed on my blog. It's www.zsketchbook.blogspot.com, and I also have an Etsy shop, which is linked on my blog. The Etsy shop is called Z Sketchbook. So those are the two main places.
Everything that we've seen is amazing. It's been an awesome time to talk to you. We look forward to seeing more of your work. And I love talking art with you. I'm obviously interested in art as well. Thank you so much for taking time out to speak with us, and congratulations on this amazing exhibition.
Thank you so much.